Hey everybody, we are going to be doing another Caroline's taste test today. So I was at Walmart the other day picking up some of my favorite on the trail foods like this tuna and chicken in a pouch. These are really good options. A lot of people like them. If you want to see me do a taste test on those, leave a comment down below and let me know that. But what caught me off guard while I was in that section was that I noticed there was a pulled pork pouch. I love pulled pork, and thinking about having it on the trail or while camping really was exciting to me. So this one, I only saw it in this flavor, which was in the barbecue sauce, which doesn't bother me because I love barbecue sauce. But sometimes these pouches aren't as good as they sound, so we're gonna check it out and see if this one is. One of the first things I do look at when you're looking at these pouches is making sure the first ingredient is the meat, because that definitely says a lot about the quality, and you're probably gonna enjoy the taste a lot more if the first ingredient is the meat that you're thinking that you're buying. So that's a good sign. It says just enjoy straight out of the pouch, so we're gonna go ahead and try that. I do have some tortillas to eat it on. Tortillas are great to bring on the trail as a substitute for bread, because your bread is gonna get smashed in your bag. I don't like smashed bread. Keep your tortillas in a Ziploc because they dry out really fast and they get kind of hard and stale. So, I'm gonna open this up. Skimming the ingredients, it looks like it's gonna be a pretty sweet barbecue sauce because it has pineapple juice in it. Which I don't mind, but smells porky. That's you know what I mean? It smells like pork's cooking when I open up the bag. It's pretty. It doesn't look like pulled pork. Like on the package, it's kind of like shredded in chunks. And this looks more ground, honestly, but smells barbecue-y. And I would say one pouch is probably more than enough. I could have probably used a smaller tortilla, but we always have the big tortillas. But this would make about one sandwich. I'm actually going to try a bite of this plain first before I eat it with the tortilla. So again, looks more ground than shredded in chunks, but there's like 3 bigger chunks of pork in here, and definitely looks like shredded pork when I cut those open. So it is sweet. You definitely get, that was part of the, like a chopped piece of pork. Definitely got the meaty texture with that. Not a really smoky barbecue sauce, but it's good. It reminds me of school lunch. The more ground parts of it, I'm not really a fan of that texture, but the taste is very similar. So I'm just gonna roll up my little barbecue pork tortilla. The tortilla definitely helps with the texture because it gives you some of a chewy thing. So if you're going to eat this cold, I definitely recommend pairing it with a tortilla if you're going to bring it on the trail. It's pretty good. But I would like to see if we can heat it up and how that could improve maybe the flavor or the texture of it. So I'm going to put that aside for right now. I'm going to get my little stove. Because you can boil these pouches and then you can have a nice hot pulled pork wrap for dinner. You know how I feel about having a nice hot meal for dinner after a day of hiking at camp. So I have 16 ounces of water in this cup. We're going to let this boil and I'll get back to you guys in just a minute. Alright, so we have our water boiling. I'm going to take it off of the stove. Now, because I'm using a nesting cup and the pouch is taller than that, I'm going to just make sure that I push the meat down so that that's surrounded by the water and gets warm. Slide it into my nesting cup. I'm just going to let that sit for 3 to 5 minutes so that it gets warmed throughout. And I will see you in just a minute. Alright, so it's probably been about 5 minutes, maybe even a little more. We're going to pull our pouch out of the hot water. Set that over there right now and move that out of the way. Feels very different than eating it cold. Obviously, it feels saucy. Like, you can feel that the sauce has liquefied. So we're going to go ahead and open it up. Did a good job warming up. Smells a lot more fragrant now. Like, you can, smelling it, it's like you're back in the school lunch line. It's pulled pork Wednesday. Get my tortilla out of a bag. I know I already said it, but seriously, they will dry out if you don't keep them in a bag. So, no one likes dried tortillas. Scoop it out of the pouch. Looks pretty much the same. There's some chunks, mostly looks ground. I personally think it tastes better warm. And we're just going to see, the texture is a lot better with it being warm. I don't know why. Maybe it's because the sauce and like the ground meat are two separate things where they were like more like a paste, for lack of a better comparison. When it was cold, they were like mushed together into like one paste where it didn't feel like it was a meat in a sauce. And now that the sauce has warmed up and is kind of more liquidy, it feels like two separate things that you're eating together. I did not wrap this one good at all, but even warm, I definitely like it with the tortilla better, but I probably wouldn't eat it cold by itself. I would have to have a tortilla just for the sake of the textures. Warm, I would eat it plain, but I would prefer to have a tortilla. It's obviously going to be more filling with a tortilla. But overall, I really like it. So we're going to go to our rating scale, and we're going to be using our new rating system today. So first thing that we're going to give points for is this pulled pork and barbecue sauce easy to make? I don't think you can get easier. Dehydrated meals are really easy, but this is even more simplified. So really a good option if you're looking for something easy, especially if it's a day where you did a lot of hiking and you're just tired and you just want to eat. Great option there. Ingredients, are they good quality? What is the portion like? One of these would be okay for a lunch. I'd probably need 2 for a dinner. The ingredients, pork was the first ingredient. It tasted like pork. It wasn't really fatty and stuff. It was kind of ground versus a pulled pork texture. So I'm going to take points off for that. Durability. This is going to be great for camping, hiking. You don't need to put it in a cooler. Not going to take up a lot of space. These foil pouches are really sturdy. You don't have to worry about it getting punctured. And they have a really long shelf life. Just picked these up and they don't expire for another 3 years. So good there. Aesthetics. It doesn't look appealing, really. It just looks like a barbecued meat. So it is what it is there. And taste, does it taste good? I like pulled pork. I thought the taste was really good. I preferred it warm versus the cold, mostly because the texture-wise, but it tastes like a pork and barbecue sauce, which are 2 things that I enjoy a whole lot. If you don't like pulled pork or barbecue sauce, you aren't going to like this. This isn't for you. But taking all those things into consideration for me, that's going to give me giving it a 7 out of 10, which means I'm happy to have it. I'm gonna very much enjoy eating it for my lunch or my dinner out on the trail. So let me know if you have seen this before, and if you've tried it, let me know that down in the comment section below. And I will see you guys on the next one.